View, zoom, page width, full screen. All right, so you'll need to take out your calculators for sure. You want to see? Yep. 4C. UN equals minus 2 UN minus 1. Now, the answer might be wrong, but I have a feeling that there might be a mistake. What? Hang on, let me finish, please. Well, this is not a problem here, okay? So, I have a feeling, yes, the answer might be wrong, but I also have a feeling that there might be a common mistake being made here. So, let's have a look here. I tell you to start with U1 equals minus 7. Yeah? Yes, no. U2, what would that equal? Now, don't tell me the answer. Tell me it is what you have to work out. Minus 2 multiply? No, there's no minus 1. And I can understand why you think that. Because that minus 1 is in the... do you have a question? No. That n minus 1 is in the subscript. That's what this is called. Subscript, subscript. So it's not actually minus 1 up here, which maybe some people did. And I understand why you think that. So you might say, well, what does n minus 1 mean? Well, all it means is the previous term. So it's like you're saying the term you want is equal to minus 2 multiply the previous term. So the term you want equals minus 2 multiply minus 7, which is 14. Now what would U3 equal? Minus 2 multiply 14, which is minus 28. And one more, U4 equals minus 2 times minus 28, which is 56. Okay. Now, what would you say? Convergent, divergent, or periodic? Muna, hurry up, please. What was I saying? Convergent, divergent, or periodic? Divergent, yeah. Now, please, 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 please stop talking. If you have a question, just ask me. I do know a little thing about maths. You can trust me. I might be able to give you the answer. No, trust me. Trust me. I have a maths degree. I know what I'm doing. Okay? Right. Divergent.
It's divergent because it has different numbers?
It's divergent because it's getting bigger. Bigger and bigger. Okay, write that down, please. So that's actually 4C and 5C together. And now I'll do D. Clear now? Yeah? So is the answer right or wrong? This is the answer at the back, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it was just the same mistake being made by many people, which is okay. Did you write this down, George?
I have already.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Did you write this down or you got it right at home? Oh, good for you. So you're right. This was a good homework then. Okay. Ready to see 4D now? Yep. So 4D. You have xn plus 1 equals minus 5 over 4xn. And I tell you the first term is 5. So then the second term will be minus 5 over 4 times 5, which would be minus 25 over 4. I'll leave it as a fraction for the moment. X3 will be minus 5 over 4 times 25 over 4, which is minus 125 over 16.
Minus 25.
Sorry, there's a minus here, isn't there?
Yeah.
So then it's a plus. And then x4 would equal minus 5 over 4 times 125 over 16, which equals 625 over 64
Minus.
with the minus. Now, convergent, divergent, or periodic. Well, if you want to write the decimals in, what is this roughly?
Minus 6.25.
Minus 6.25. So that's about a minus 6. And then what's this one?
7.81.
So that's about an 8. And then what's this one?
Minus 9.06.
So that's about a 10. So to me it seems kind of clear that it's only getting bigger and bigger. So again, this one here, divergent.
But there's a minus.
Oh, I'm not sorry, I'm not putting the signs in here. I just want to get an idea of how big it's becoming. So this is just me looking at the size. 5D. Okay, write that one down, please, if you didn't get it. Okay, looks like, you have a question?
The first one is positive, then minus, then positive, then minus.
Yeah, it alternates, yeah.
So it's not increasing.
Yeah, I'm being, you're right, yeah, I'm being a little bit lazy with my language here. You're right, it's not increasing, but it's getting further and further away from zero, which is what I really mean when I say increasing. But you're exactly right. Every time it goes negative, it's actually decreasing. So my point for divergence is it's moving away from zero and heading towards infinity, either positive or negative. But no, you're right. That is bad use of English. The problem is I need to use the word divergent to describe this, and I don't want to use the word divergent to explain divergent. But when you say something is divergent, you just mean it's heading away, but you don't care which direction it's heading. Okay. So next topic now. Now, we need to clarify a little bit of vocabulary here, okay? So, something like this, x1, x2, dot, 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 to xn, that's called a sequence. Whereas this, x1 plus x2 plus dot, 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 xn, that is called a series. Very similar. The difference is with sequence, it's term, 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 whereas with series, it's term plus term plus term. So a series is like a sequence that had all its terms summed up, added up. This is recording, isn't it? Yes. Okay, now, what we're going to look at today is not any formulas, but just practicing really some notation. So, if you want to write this out, there has to be a better way than just writing all the terms out. Like, for example, if I wrote down 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, that's my sequence x. Anyone be able to offer me what the formula xn would be? 2n, right? Because if n is 1, what's x1? 2. And if n is 2, what's x2? 4. So you can make this using this formula here. So rather than writing out any numbers, is there any way I can write out a series without having to list every term? And there is, and it's this symbol. And then you write the formula for what you want to add together, the sequence in front, like this. So this symbol here means to add up. And usually, let me just make a little bit more space here. Usually, you write at the bottom where you start. So in my example, I started at the first term. And then how many terms do I have here? 5. So then at the top, you write, for example, how many terms you would like to add together. So this is called a summation, or a series, or a sum, or an addition, whatever you want to call it. Would that be mumbles of acceptance, or is there a question? No question? No? This is what acceptance sounds like? Yeah? Okay. Right, so let's have a look at some examples. So, my first example then. Oh, come on, hurry up. Do you write all this down, Ahmed? Oh, he's so...
We call this sum.
It's a sum, an addition, a summation. There's many words for it. I would usually call it a sum. Yeah.
In Derived, its name is sum.
I believe it is actually in derive, or maybe summation. But sum, I think, yeah. Are you telling me this, or are you asking me this? Asking, okay, all right. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, now we can look at an example. Yes?
yn equals to 1.
Oh, that's just my example in this one here. You're right. In this one, it's n equals 1. But in general, you just put some starting number here. I'd say I don't want to have too many letters, like n, and some final number here. In my example, 5 terms. Anyways, let's have a look at a real example. So, for example, I say sum minus 1 to minus 2j, where j starts from 3 to 7. So, if you were to break this down, what does this symbol tell me?
So,
I have to add them together, yeah. This here tells me I start at the 3rd term, and then this one here tells me where to stop. I stop at the 7th term. And then what would be the meaning of this piece here? It's the formula. It's what you put it in, yeah. So we start off by putting 3 into this. So minus 1 times minus 2 times 3, what would that be? Minus 7. And then what's after 3? Yes, kindergarten. 4. So, what? Minus 1, minus 2 times j, and j is 3. Now, after 3 is 4, so minus 1 minus 2 times 4, what would that be? Minus 9. Isn't it? If I put j as 4, don't I get minus 9? Do I? Don't I?
Yes, it's correct.
Yes, okay. So what's after 4 then? 5. So if I put in 5, minus 1 minus 2 times 5? Minus 11. Next. What's it? 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 2 times minus, so minus 13, yeah? Now actually you can probably see the pattern here, can you? So what would be next? Minus,
so
yeah,
minus
15. And then here?
minus 18. Sorry, 17.
Yes. Now, I stopped here. Why did I stop here?
Because it's the 7th.
Yeah, this is J3, J4, J5, J6. Oh, I went too far actually. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I didn't even need the last one there. Now, what does this red symbol mean I have to do?
So,
I have to add them all together. So if you add these all together on your calculator, what do you get? Well, that would be minus 15, minus 28, minus 37, minus 48, minus 55. Is it minus 55?
Yeah.
All right. I wouldn't say perfect, Amjad. Nearly perfect, but not perfect. Okay, minus 55. So write that one down. And yes, there is a quicker way to do it for certain ones. But for example, in some cases, there is no quick way to do it. So for today, you're going to do all of them like this. So if you write that down, I will do my own example next, which is similar to one of these here.
We can do it, but
You can. The Casio, right now, I was going to say that. Listen carefully. Casio 991 calculator has this function built into it. However, for the exam, you need to do this to get full marks. But you can certainly check if the answer is right. I think it's on the top right of the calculator, is it? Yeah. Yep, that's it. That's it. But what do we say about too much calculator use? Brain damage. Yes?
We have to start from G3, right?
Correct.
And the ends at 7.
Correct. Okay, another example now. Example. N equals 1 to 5, 1 over n squared. So let's try and do this together. What would be the first term here? 1 over 1 squared, which is 1. What would be the next term?
2.
1 over 2.
Well, the total. 1 over 4, because it's 2 squared. Next?
1
over
over
8.
16.
9.
Yeah. Next one?
1 over 16.
1 over 60.
And next?
1 over 25.
And type that in and tell me what you get, please.
$1.463.
1.463. Does your calculator offer the answer as a fraction? No, it doesn't. Okay. Now, for those of you interested, okay, begin. Of course, you realize the point I'm showing you with this example is that this is not a good way to be doing it if you have a lot to add together. But as you can see on your calculator, it has this function. On the computer program you did today, it has this function. And I can tell you that this would be roughly pi squared over 6. Roughly. Can someone just type that in on the calculator, please?
How can I write n?
No. First, just do this part. Now, the only reason I'm showing you this, and you don't even need to know this piece of information on this line, is I'm making a point. And the point I'm making is that it is not always going to be this way done. This is a long way to do it. In some situations, this is the only way to do it. But in some situations, there's actually a much quicker way to do it. And we will see the quicker situations next week. But for today, we need to practice this technique, because this technique, although it can be long, always works. And also I should point out, this is not too common in the exam, but it does come up sometimes in section A. And when it does come up, again, it's one of these questions where you should automatically get full marks, because I'm not really doing anything difficult here. It's just a matter of taking care with your calculator. And really what's being examined is the understanding of this symbol. Okay, so today's lesson is all about understanding the meaning of this symbol. So if you write that one down, please.
Well, how did you solve it?
The second one.
Yeah. So how about 10 million?
About the same actually. Yep. There is a way to get this answer using a special formula. It's quite long, but even though it's very long, it's still a lot quicker than counting to 1,000,000.
Oh yeah, of course.
How can I
Right, I'll show you now. I'll do this for everybody since you won't be the only one, okay? See again with the non-believing, Amjad. So little faith. Okay. 1 over. Now, Amjad asked me, which is a question other people have, how do you type this in on the calculator, okay? So first you press the summation button, which you can see in the top right, and it should make the sum symbol appear. And it gives you 3 boxes. So in the lower box you type 1, and in the upper box you type your number. But the real difficulty is, how do you type the formula into the box? And you must use the letter X instead of N. And the letter X is got by pressing alpha and the X button, which is just above the 9 button. Now, your calculator is working there. You'll have to wait for it to finish the calculation.
Took too long to finish the calculation.
Yeah. And this is proof that put in a smaller number on the top. You have Casio 994, yeah? And you can type, type the top one there, yeah? Do you have to calculate? Okay, so you have this 994. That one, yeah? I have no idea. I recommend the Casio 994 calculator. Oh, absolutely, yeah. For physics, for maths, and for chemistry too. It's not your best calculator together with the exams here. Casio 991. Yes. Yes. No, you're right, you do that, yeah, that's right. And then you put a lower number in here, which is like 1. The upper number is 5. But the formula you use the letter X. Yeah, see? No, I know. I froze it.
Can I wait?
Anybody who typed in the second one, I think you'll have to wait a while for it to calculate. Or did you get it? No.
Still hit it.
Program not responding. Would you like to end now? Huh?
How did you get the answer quicker than the
Told you. Trinity College, you know? They don't teach stupid people there, you know?
You already know.
Huh? What?
Trinity.
Oh, yep. Masters UCD.
Wow.
I know my maths. Okay, so I think probably 5 or 6 would be enough to practice. Yes? What? So I've done number 1. Now let me tell you which ones would be good to practice, okay? So this is your one, isn't it? No. Is this your one?
No.
Whose is this? Please circle these. Put the calculator down. Step away from the calculator. Listen. C.
1C.
No, I'd like you to do 2C, please. Thank you. 1C. E. And then last trig, x, y, z.
Oh my gosh.
Now, can you start that as I have a present for everyone I'm going to get?
Which kind of present?
Oh, it's great. Oh, you love